Hey friends, Matt Reisinger with the Build Show. I've got a special message for my friends at Extreme Panel. And on this video in particular, I want to address something that you may be thinking, which is what's the difference between SIPs, Extreme Panel SIPs construction, and standard framing? So first off, I'm assuming you've seen my videos before. I'm a builder in Austin, Texas. I've made a bunch of videos about Extreme Panel. I've been to their locations where they're under construction. But to be honest, I haven't built an Extreme Panel myself. I built some SIPs, but I do have a personal Extreme Panel project in the works that you'll see in 2026, I hope. But let's address this framing traditionally versus Extreme Panel. The first thing that comes to mind with Extreme Panel is speed. If you've seen these videos, you realize, gosh, these projects come together very, very quickly. At least half the time of traditional framing, or probably more like 25% of the time of traditional framing. Another big benefit of Extreme Panel, when it comes to framing especially, is if you're a first-time Extreme Panel user, they've got a network of folks that even travel that can come and help you get that framing assembled, get that full package put together so that you can go on and do the other phases, but you have someone knowledgeable that you can rely on. Speed is a big deal, but beyond speed, a few things that I think really separate Extreme Panel is that high performance is baked into the Extreme Panel system. You know, when that panel system goes up, it's extremely airtight. You have very little thermal bridging. It's extremely well insulated, and you're ready to move on with trades. And by the way, you're doing that in a fraction of the time of traditional construction. The other thing that really stands out in my mind, and this was an epiphany I had yesterday that I don't know why I've never talked about this, but you know, when you buy an Extreme Panel, you've naturally got monopoly framing baked in. You know, you've seen me build my house and other houses with a monopoly framing. That's where the wall and the roof die right into each other, and we can tape that joint and really air seal it. Well, every house that you build with Extreme Panel naturally is monopoly framed, where you've got this really tight intersection between wall and roof. And by the way, you can also add your overhangs into that roof panel if you want to. You don't have to. But also because of that, that means that your Extreme Panel house naturally has a conditioned attic space. You're air sealed and you're fully insulated at the roof line with an Extreme Panel house right out of the gates. You don't have to do anything special. You don't have to rely on spray foam and all of its benefits, but also some of its downsides as well. And all that additional expense and additional trades, it's baked into the system. So if you've got a project coming up where you're considering traditional framing and Extreme Panel, talk to these guys about that process. I think you'll be shocked that when you add up the costs of traditional framing and all the supervision that needs to happen and all the specialty trades to get that high performance right, Extreme Panel really makes a lot of sense. And I'm super excited about a personal project with them of mine in the coming year. So stay tuned. In the meantime, check out all our videos on thebuildshow.com and we'll see you soon.